Any other issues? We have one or two last issues before we
go. Please.
Nathan. Right, come on, quiet.
Basically, I was asked, and took it upon myself as well, by 8 students about the conduct of some of our executive members. Now, as we know, Senate is here to hold the executive to account, and being one of the executive members myself, I know that far too well. The other options that we have to hold Senate to account are holding emergency Senate meetings to discuss single issues that might be quite serious or confidential for any reason. Now, I have written requests from 8 students as well as myself, student officers, to hold an emergency Senate to discuss a motion of no confidence against the NSA President. Now, I was asked as well to bring up at Senate to find out if any other students would support an emergency Senate being called to discuss this single issue.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to speak as a staff member, I was thinking that
constitutionally, constitutionally we are. If I can show you the points here.
You need to kind of, this is quite a, you know.
Well, normally any item requiring a decision has to be tabled.
But this isn't requiring a decision, this is just saying that Senate then would like to table this issue and discuss it. I'm not saying that Senate wants to support it, but that Senate will hold an emergency Senate to discuss a motion of no confidence against the NSA President.
Whether it's for or against?
Nathan, whereabouts in the Constitution is it?
And the Constitution emergency Senate.
Is there a quorum on it?
30 student office reps is how many people need to call for an emergency Senate. So if Senate agreed to call an emergency Senate, that's the only point that I'm bringing forward. It doesn't require a paper. Sorry, Ollie, it's under Senate meetings and then emergency Senate meetings. It requires 30 students to call an emergency Senate to discuss a single issue.
But Nathan, are you saying that you require 30 students here tonight, or are you saying?
No, it just needs. It doesn't. I'm not saying
so
it needs 30 students. Well, I have 8 students that have called for an emergency Senate meeting. All right. We only need another 22 to call it to discuss the issue. Those 22 people don't need to support or be against the issue. They just have to want to discuss it.
They have to be present, is that right?
No, they don't have to be present. It just has to be quorum.
So, just let me get this straight. So what you're saying is you need another 22 people here tonight. Is that what you're asking for?
That support to discuss this issue.
Or be willing to email pretty shortly. We need 22 students.
They all have to be program reps as well.
Yes.
Yeah, they have to be voted.
Well, the 8 names that I have are all program reps. And I've written confirmation from each of them.
So we'd like to know if anybody else would like to.
So can you do, well, I don't know, I haven't read the Constitution on this part. I think you have to be quite clear, Nathan, if you're going to do it, just tell us where it is in the Constitution so that...
Well, in
Part
terms of
24C.6, emergency meetings of Senate may be convened by the Chair within 48 hours by A, the support of 75%, rounded up to the nearest whole number of the full current members of the Executive Committee, or B, upon receipt of a request for such a meeting signed by no fewer than 30 non-executive voting members of Senate.
And does it say where that has to take place, Stuart?
No.
It says within 48 hours.
Yeah.
So how would you interpret that?
It's emergency meetings of Senate may be convened by the Chair within 48 hours.
Can you just repeat what you just said?
That's part 2.4C.6 of the Constitution. Emergency meetings of Senate may be convened by the Chair within 48 hours by A, the support of 75%, rounded up to the nearest whole number of the full current members of the Executive Committee, or B, upon receipt of a request for such a meeting signed by no fewer than 30 non-executive voting members of Senate. It doesn't say where, it just says to be convened within 48 hours of receipt of the 30 non-executive members of Senate.
So your interpretation as chair?
Would be that if we had a request signed by no fewer than 30 non-executive voting members of Senate for an emergency meeting, an emergency Senate, then such a Senate would be convened within 48 hours.
And so that means that
We need 30 signatures.
That means that.
And then we can hold a meeting within 48 hours of receiving 30 signatures.
so what's that?
So if such a request signed by no fewer than 30 non-executive members of Senate
So if
was to be submitted to me, then I would have to convene an emergency Senate within 48 hours.
So we would like to bring it to students' attention that if they'd like to discuss the emergency Senate there, past 8, 9,
Nathan's an executive member.
No, but there's 8 student programme reps I have written.
I know, but your signature wouldn't count.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So if there are students here tonight that would like to discuss the paper that has been drafted, to email Stuart, and then if Stuart
Not
does...
to email me.
Sorry, how would that go about then?
The 30 signatures from whoever it is has to be delivered to Stuart, and then it says may be convened by the chair within 48 hours.
Okay, so
So it doesn't have to be 48 hours, it could be longer if need
Stuart
be.
to be convening it.
That's the chair of Senate, yes.
Yeah.
So we'll get the 30 signed and we'll give it to you and you will organise the meeting as soon as possible.
Yes.
So I think you really need to summarise it, Stuart, so that everybody is clear. Is that camera still rolling so that we've got some accurate record? Right.
Okay. No. I'm going to speak directly into the camera for this. Do you want to zoom in?
Just a second. Yeah, we got you.
Just give us 2 seconds.
No probs.
Okay, in summary, if you want to hear a case for a motion of no confidence against the NSA President, then you have to get in touch with Nathan to sign a request. If I receive such a request, then an emergency meeting of Senate will be convened within 48 hours, unless it's over a weekend. Then 48 working hours. So if I receive a request for an emergency Senate signed by no fewer than 30 non-executive members of Senate requesting an emergency Senate, then unless it's over a weekend, I will convene an emergency Senate meeting within 48 hours. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Is that clarified? Lynn?
Do you have a piece of paper that they can sign up?
Yes. And
At
another
the
point,
end of Senate.
another point to make as well is it's not. It might have came across as quite a serious. Well, it is a serious issue, because it defines breaches of the Constitution, which we've already heard today is quite serious. But in terms of if you want to support the emergency Senate, you neither need to support nor be against the motion. You just have to want. Basically, the reason I brought it up at Senate was to allow students the opportunity to hold the President to account for unconstitutional actions. So if you want to do that, then